Hello, and welcome to the Carolinas Luxury Real Estate Podcast. For all those new to the podcast, please feel free to follow the link in this episode to all our past seasons and explore all the great luxury real estate content. On today's episode, we're talking about the Lake Norman waterfront restaurants. I'm your host, Sam Sparks, and joining me to discuss this topic is Nicole Leininger, an experienced agent with Ivester Jackson Distinctive Properties, Christie's International. Thanks for joining me today, Nicole.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you on the show and talk about some good food.
One of my favorites is waterfront restaurants.
Me too. I've been wanting to cover this topic for quite a while, so thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about your background and what brought you to Ivester Jackson?
I have been in real estate my whole life. I'm actually a third generation real estate broker and followed in the footsteps of my dad and my grandfather. So pretty much it's what I've done my entire life. I've been in the industry for over 18 years. And with my husband's job, we kind of bounced around. He was in the corporate industry, so we moved. So I have been licensed in 4 different states. But our final destination was Lake Norman, and we absolutely love it here. We've lived here for over 7 years. And I was originally with Sotheby's and just recently joined Ivester Jackson this past December. Absolutely love it. I love the international brand, but it has a great local feel, and they have such a great presence around the lake.
Yes, they do. I don't think you'll find a firm that has a greater presence than Ivester around the Lake Norman area.
Definitely.
Well, good. Well, welcome to the team. We're glad to have you here. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Well, let's jump on into it. So, what are the waterfront restaurants on Lake Norman, and where are these restaurants located?
There are several restaurants around the lake. I would definitely say the area has a good handful that are local favorites and staples around the area. Some of my favorites include Port City and Hello Sailor, and those are both in Cornelius. Another fan favorite is Harborview, or excuse me, okay, we'll have to cut that out. Another fan favorite is the North Harbor Club, and that is in Davidson. And a more casual atmosphere that everybody loves is Toucans in Mooresville, but there's a ton all around the lake.
Yeah, no, I mean, those are great ones. I remember trying to go to Toucans, which was formerly called like Parrots back in 2020.
Yeah, Blue Parrot is right next door.
Oh, okay, so it's not the same one.
No, they Toucans, the owners of Blue Parrot, got a building right next door and gave it a little facelift last year. Okay. And so Toucan provided more of a year round because Blue Parrot was 99% outdoors. So now pretty much same owners, same menu, but Toucans is a larger facility and provides year round dining.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, that's good.
But they're right next door to each other.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was the same one, just reopened. So I guess I was wrong. Nice. So what style of food do these restaurants serve, and what are they known for?
Everybody has a great variety and have really diverse menus. As I had mentioned, Toucans is more of the casual restaurant. They have everything from a kids menu to sandwiches, seafood, salads. They also are known for more of their Jimmy Buffett feel with the parrots and the palm trees. Hello Sailor has a retro feel, and they have a very eclectic menu. They are also well known for their chef. Kindred also has a great presence in Davidson. And so that is the same owner and very similar style for Hello Sailor as far as their menu. They also have seafood and a great variety of different entrees. They are known for their double-decker tiered patio outside. So they have ample seating with great views, and they also have a tiki bar outside. Port City is very classy, but yet it's casual. They pride themselves on high quality meats and seafoods, and also everything is scratch made. They make absolutely everything fresh and homemade. They do have special menus for holidays or special occasions, and they also have areas for private parties that can be booked out. And then North Harbor Club, they're known for their brunch. They're one of the only places around the lake that provides a weekend brunch. They also have great lunch and dinners and also have everything from seafoods to steaks as well.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually realize that Port City Club makes everything from scratch.
I've eaten there a lot, and I do notice that their menu changes on occasion, and it sometimes it just depends on what they have in stock as far as what was flown in fresh or kind of, whatever's in season will also change with their menu.
Okay. And then as far as Hello Sailor, I know my favorite thing there is their spicy chicken sandwich. Have you ever had
Mhm.
that?
I personally have not, but I do know that my brother has ordered that when we were there, when he was visiting.
Yeah, watch out. It's got a kick to it.
Yes, definitely.
Nice. All right. Now, what is pricing like at these restaurants?
The casual atmosphere at Toucans, I do know that they have a kids menu starting in like the $6 range. And most of their sandwiches, salads range from about 12 to 25. Um, Port City, Harbor Club, and Hello Sailor are very similar. They all have everything entrees ranging from, I would say, about $12 upwards to 45 and 50 for choice meats and seafoods.
Hmm. Yeah,
But they have a great range of everything, from salads, adding a protein to main course entrees.
yeah, and that's what I've seen as well. I mean, you really have any price point at most of these places.
But yeah, considering the atmosphere and the view, it's very reasonable.
I agree, 100%.
Mhm.
So this is always a fun one. What is the average wait time, and do these restaurants take reservations?
So as you can probably guess, during the summer months and happy hour and whatnot, it's definitely there will always be a wait. Most of these do provide boat slips, so you can come by water or you can come by land. Most of them only do have about, I would say, 8 to 20 slips. So it is very common if you come by boat, you might have to float for a little while until a spot opens up. And then also too, as far as making reservations, to my knowledge, Toucans is the only one that does not take reservations. Sometimes they might do call ahead where you could call and at least put your name on the list.
Mhm.
But they do have a bar and an outside area that if there is a wait, you can get a drink. You might be able to even get an appetizer, but there is space to wait. And then places that I've mentioned, such as North Harbor View, or excuse me, North Harbor Club, definitely need reservations, whether it is a holiday event, a dinner, and definitely for brunch. And I would even say plan at least a week in advance. Other places like Hello Sailor, you usually can get same day reservations, and same with Port City, but both of them have online options. So it's definitely recommended if you're planning ahead, you might as well get a reservation.
Yeah. Well, and from my experience, Hello Sailor and Port City Club, they stay booked, especially during the summer, like a week or two out from what
And
I've.
definitely on the weekends. So, if it's a weekday and it's a beautiful afternoon and you want to have lunch outside,
Mhm.
shouldn't be a problem. You could get a reservation or maybe a short wait, but definitely for weekends, it's always best to plan ahead.
Yep, absolutely. Now, are there any events or attractions at these restaurants other than just great lake views?
A lot of them do offer live music, or I mentioned Port City and Harbor Club. They might have a holiday menu. They most recently just had a Valentine's dinner where it might be like a set menu with a price per couple or a price per head. So they'll do holiday events like that. And other restaurants around the area that I have not mentioned, they do provide some live entertainment. So again, everybody will list everything online as far as who might be playing. Toucans often has live mariachi bands or the steel drums. And again, the Jimmy Buffett feel. And that's often on, I'd say pretty much Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I need to check that out. We love live music.
Yes, definitely gives you that the summer feeling.
It sounds like it. All right. Now, are there any new waterfront restaurants coming to Lake Norman?
So rumor has it that a new restaurant is coming into where it was called Queen's Landing in Mooresville, and that whole facility, excuse me, that whole facility has been sold, and it is projected to open by the end of this year of 2023. And the main level is going to be called 800 degrees, and it's going to be like a wood fire kitchen. So they're going to have everything from wood fired pizzas to wood fired salmon. And then on the upper level, it's going to be more of a private dining experience, and they also will be having live music.
Oh, nice.
And that facility is also supposed to have, so bar one will be outside, and it's supposed to be a floating restaurant and bar with up to 25 slips. And I believe that they're going to have somewhat of a limited menu, but food will be served and it's going to be a floating bar. So I think that's a great facility to go into that location because they have great waterfront, a lot of space for boats because they will have parking for people to park and go to the restaurant or do the floating atmosphere.
Mhm.
And so that's supposed to open probably November, December of 23.
Oh, nice. Just in time to miss lake season, right?
I know. So we can all check out the restaurant during the colder season and then get ready for the floating season.
There you go. That's probably a good way to do a soft open, actually.
Right, exactly. Then they'll be ready before spring comes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Nicole. Well, that went well. Now it's time for the lightning round portion of the podcast.
Exciting.
Ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right. Question number one. What's the next item on your bucket list?
We, as a family, have recently been talking about our next trip, and I think we will be doing Italy next year, a place we've always wanted to take the kids. And I have an Italian background. I've only been there once, so would definitely like to take the family to Italy.
Oh, how exciting. Italy's got so much history.
It does. I enjoy it. I don't want to admit it, but I was there about 20 years ago. So definitely due for another trip.
Oh, yeah. Well, the wife and I were planning our 1 year anniversary trip there this year, but then we bought a house this month. So
Well, that was a smarter investment.
I'm a little sad, but obviously, to your point, it's a good investment. So,
Italy will always be there.
yes, it will. All right. Next question. What is your favorite meal recently and why?
Well, most recently, my mom was visiting from Colorado, and our tradition is homemade spaghetti. She is the Italian side of our family. So my grandmother would always do the homemade pasta and sauce and meatballs. And since my mom was visiting, we did the whole thing this last weekend.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was very nice because it's a family tradition and the process is not long. It takes, to do it right, it takes a couple days. So we only get it a couple times a year.
I don't think I've ever had like authentic Italian made from scratch in someone's home. I can't imagine how good
It's
that is.
and then it's my kids' favorite. So it's like whenever grandma's visiting or a special birthday meal, that's what we have.
Nice. All right. What's a hobby or side project you've been meaning to take up?
Oh, I need time to do that. Um, honestly, I don't have I would love to read more. I would love to have more time to read because I don't have that time. I do a lot of audiobooks because I'm always in my car.
Yep.
So I try to do at least a book every 2 weeks and just play as I'm driving to appointments or driving between the lake and Charlotte. That's obviously where I spend the most of my time. So as far as something to take up, I would guess reading. I have a lot of hobbies and sports I want to continue to do and get better at, but just time like we all need.
Yep, there's never enough of it.
Right.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about the place you live?
Right. So like I said, we were very fortunate to live in several beautiful cities. With my husband getting relocated for a corporate move, we have lived everywhere from, well, born and raised in Colorado. So obviously, I grew up in the Rocky Mountains. We had an opportunity to live in Huntington Beach. We've lived in Pennsylvania. And then, like I said, we ended up here and we've never wanted to leave the lake. I grew up water skiing and now I get to teach that to my kids. So I absolutely love the lake life and taking the kids out on the boat. That's kind of my thing. I've taught all the neighborhood kids how to surf and ski, and I'm always the boat driver, and I love every minute of it.
There you go. I think we're kindred spirits in that way. I'm the same.
Yep. There's something about the lake. You just feel different when you're on the lake, and our friends have a dock, and so it's kind of like if you're not there Friday at 5, you're late.
Can't wait to have friends like that.
Right?
All right, last question. What's the worst job you've ever had?
Well, I've been in real estate most of my life.
Mhm.
But before that, I would have to say I did retail for it was a clothing store. I don't even know if they're still open, but the Limited, I worked there, I think, for a week. I My very first day I was in college and I did it just as a winter, being home for the holiday and over winter break. And I believe my very first day was Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. And they assumed I had done it before and I had never been in the store in my life. So it was quite an eye-opening event. But
That would
honestly, other than that, I've done everything from waiting tables to bartending to, I've absolutely loved everything I've always done. So
really.
I would have to say the Limited is the only one that lasted a week.
I would say that would scare anyone off being your first week.
Oh, yes. Not a good day to start.
Oh, all right. Well, once again, thank you, Nicole, for joining me today and talking about the Lake Norman waterfront restaurants. It was great picking your brain.
Thank you, Sam. It was great to be here.
Absolutely. And real quick, Nicole, how can people contact you if they have questions or need help with real estate?
Best way is always to call. My number is 704-450-6280. And I also am very big on social media. So people can find me on Instagram just by my name, Nicole Leininger. And I also have a website, NicoleLeininger.com. And I have a YouTube page as well.
Okay, perfect. And we'll make sure to put all of that information in the podcast as well for everyone to follow.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And if anyone wants more information about the firm, you can visit us at ivesterjackson.com. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.
Thank you.